Hello, how are you doing today? In this video, I'm going to share 3 foods you should avoid combining with coffee in your daily routine. These are very common habits that many people have, but they can actually interfere with nutrient absorption and even impact your health over time. And there's one more important thing that you should never mix with coffee. I'll tell you about that later in the video, so make sure you stay until the end. You don't want to miss this. Before we get started, I have a quick question for you. How many cups of coffee do you drink per day? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to read your answer, and don't forget to like this video. That really helps the channel grow. Also, share this with someone who drinks a lot of coffee. They definitely need to hear this. When we think about coffee, we usually think about energy, focus, that boost to get through the day. But coffee is much more than that. It contains polyphenols, tannins, caffeine, and powerful antioxidants like chlorogenic acid, all of which can have positive effects on the body. However, here's something most people don't realize. These same compounds can bind to certain minerals in your digestive system, making them harder for your body to absorb. Now, this doesn't mean coffee destroys nutrients, not at all. But depending on when and how you consume it, it can reduce how much of those nutrients your body actually absorbs. So now let's go over 3 things you should avoid consuming with coffee if you want to get the most out of your nutrition. First, iron-rich foods. Let's start with iron, a crucial mineral for your health. Iron plays a key role in producing hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells, responsible for carrying oxygen throughout your body. When your iron levels are low, it can lead to anemia, causing symptoms like fatigue, weakness, poor concentration, pale skin, and low energy. Now here's the important part. There are 2 types of iron in your diet. Heme iron, found in animal foods like meat and eggs. Non-heme iron, found in plant foods like beans, lentils, and vegetables. And guess what? Non-heme iron is much more affected by coffee. The tannins and polyphenols in coffee can bind to this type of iron and significantly reduce its absorption. Studies show that drinking coffee right after a meal can reduce iron absorption, especially if that meal is plant-based. So if you rely on foods like beans or lentils for your iron intake, or if you follow a vegetarian diet, this becomes even more important. A simple tip: wait about 45 to 60 minutes after your meal before drinking coffee. Second, calcium-rich foods. The second group is foods rich in calcium. Calcium is essential for strong bones and teeth, but it also plays a role in muscle function and your nervous system. Now, caffeine can slightly increase calcium loss through urine and may also reduce how much calcium your body absorbs. So does that mean you can't drink coffee with milk? Not necessarily. If you have a cup of milk with just a splash of coffee, that's usually fine. The problem starts when coffee consumption becomes excessive. For example, if you're drinking coffee all day long, especially with meals, and not consuming enough calcium at other times, this could impact your overall calcium levels. This becomes even more important if you have osteopenia or osteoporosis, are at risk for bone loss. In that case, it's best to separate coffee from calcium-rich meals by at least 40 to 60 minutes. Third, too much sugar and sweet additions. Another very common mistake is loading your coffee with sugar. We're talking about excess sugar, sweetened syrups, condensed milk, flavored gourmet coffee drinks. These combinations can lead to blood sugar spikes, followed by insulin spikes, which may increase hunger, make weight control harder, and over time, even raise the risk of type 2 diabetes. And let's be honest, some people drink coffee all day long. And not just plain coffee, but loaded with sugar. That's where the real problem begins. Also, be careful with artificial sweeteners in large amounts. Depending on the type, they can cause bloating, gas, digestive discomfort. Bonus, medications and supplements. Here's something extremely important that many people overlook. Coffee can interfere with the absorption of certain medications and supplements. For example, levothyroxine, used for hypothyroidism, including Hashimoto's, blood pressure medications, anxiety medications. Coffee can reduce absorption or even increase heart rate and blood pressure, affecting how these medications work. The safest approach: wait at least 60 minutes after taking your medication before drinking coffee. The same goes for supplements like iron, calcium, zinc, magnesium. Avoid taking them together with coffee, especially first thing in the morning. A better option is to take them with lunch or dinner when there's no caffeine interfering. Now tell me, do you make any of these mistakes? Which one are you going to change starting today? I'd love to read your answer in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, that helps me a lot, and share it with someone who needs to see this. And always talk to your doctor before making major changes to your diet or health routine. Which video are you going to watch next? I'll leave some great recommendations here on the screen for you. Thank you so much for staying with me until the end of this video. May God bless you with health and a long life. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.